Hi, I'm Rob from Rob's Been Running. I hope you are doing well, staying safe and training hard. Welcome to episode 2 in our nutritional testing video. If you haven't seen episode 1, we launched it earlier this week. Go check it out on the YouTube channel. Equally, if you didn't see the introduction video, go check that out as well, because that will tell you what we're doing and why. So today we are testing the Maurten brand. So I picked some Maurten goodies up from their website. I picked up their Elite Starter Pack, which is around £14. Go check that out. I'll put that on the screen for you in a bit. But just tell you a little bit about the Maurten product. So the Maurten are used by many elite athletes, including Killian, the GOAT of mountain ultra running. They partner with some of the biggest brands in sports, such as Ironman, the Berlin Marathon and Boston Marathon. And Maurten have done this by developing a range of products that allegedly do not cause GI issues in the stomach, something very common in endurance sports due to the amount of food we eat on the way around. Maurten have developed a hydrogel range of products, and that's using a bipolymer matrix to hold carbohydrates. This is to enable a smoother transport of the gel through the stomach to reduce stress and GI issues. Hydrogels are built from 2 natural ingredients, alginate, which is extracted from the cell walls of brown algae, and pectin, which is found in fruit and vegetables. Maurten rely on science and the elite athletes in order to perfect their products, something which they've done well so far, and look like they're going to be doing for years to come based upon some of the results we've been seeing. Maurten sell their product, a huge range of products on their website, including gels, solids, drink mixes, gel and water bottles, and unique bicarb system. So let's take a look at the bicarb system now, something that we're not going to be testing, but we're really interested in taking a look at maybe in the future. Okay, I'm going to pop the bicarb system on the screen for you so you can take a look at it. The bicarb system is used to reduce lactic acid buildup in muscles during high intensity workouts. Lactic acid is what causes our muscles to become exhausted. But by using bicarbonate mixed with a hydrogel technology, it's possible to reduce the effects of lactic acid in your muscles. The bicarbonate system allows athletes using clever mobile application to mix the perfect quantity of bicarbonate and hydrogel to the strength that an athlete's stomach can handle, thus reducing the chances of GI issues and maximising the ability to reduce lactic acid, therefore hopefully improving the performance of that athlete. But for now, let's get on to the things that I'm going to be testing, and we'll go through all of those in a bit more detail now. Okay, so I'm going to be taking these products on my run in the morning, which is going to be an 18-mile run through Epping Forest. And we'll just start off looking at these products and just go through exactly what they actually give you. So in the pack you get 2 gels. So each gel is 40 grams, and it gives you 25 grams of carbohydrates. The gel is made from water glucose, fructose, calcium carbonate, gluconic acid and sodium alginate. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? They're natural in flavour, so there's no artificial flavours or colours. So yeah, as I said, they give you 25 grams of carbohydrates. So if I'm taking these every half an hour, should be getting 50 grams of carbohydrates per hour just from the gels alone, let alone the other bits and pieces. So that's good. Next up, we've got the Solid 225 bar. So this is a 60 gram bar, and each bar gives you 44.6 grams of carbohydrate. So I'll be popping that in as well in one of the half-hour stretches. So coupling that with something else, that should give me a good amount of carbohydrates as well. As I said previously, introduction video, the idea is to get as close to 90 grams of carbohydrates per hour as I can, because that should give me as much fuel as my or carbohydrate as my body can physically handle. You can't, it'd be difficult to go above that, but certainly I'll be getting a lot more than what I get now on my runs. And then we have two drink mixes. So the first is a drink mix 160. This is a 40 gram serving. It goes into a 500ml soft flask, and that will give you 39 grams of carbohydrate. So I'm going to be carrying that in one of my bottles, and then in the other bottle I'm going to be carrying the drink mix 320. So this one is an 80 gram pouch. Again, you mix it into a 500ml soft flask, so essentially you're doubling up the strength, and in that you get 79 grams of carbohydrates per serving. So that's what we're going to be taking running tomorrow. Now, that alone isn't enough to sustain me for 3 hours on the trails, so I'm probably going to have to mix that in with some other bits and pieces, maybe some food, or maybe some other gels, but I'd rather stay clear of other gels because I really want to see how these gels and solid bars are going to work. So I might just take maybe a flapjack and some other bits and bobs with me just to get me through those other miles. But this should give us a good test bed for the Maurten product to see how well that fuels me and whether I get that sugar kick and all of that stuff, which you would expect from taking gel products. As long as the other food that I take is the regular stuff that I normally eat, I know that I won't be getting any GI issues from that because I've been using that for a long period of time already. So I'm going to prepare all of this stuff this evening, and I will catch up with you in the morning when we hit the trails. So I'll see you there.
Morning. Right, so we are out in the forest. We're going to do a bit of forest and towpath today while we test out these Maurten products. So we are about 2 miles in, so I reckon 1 more mile before we take the first product, so that'll be one of those gels, but we'll come back to that when we get there. I've had a few sips of both drinks, so the 160 and the 320 mix. They are super sweet, particularly the 320. I did notice as well that it's quite hard to get them to dissolve to begin with in the bottle, when you put the powder in the water. So I was shaking them for some time before that stuff mixed in, and even then I think there's still a little bit of residue at the bottom of the bottle. So definitely compared to the tailwind mix is much easier. So yeah, that's 1 point in case. I guess that's 1 point to note. And like I said, they are sweet, particularly the 320 mix. I mean, when you drink it, it's like drinking a gel, really. So I'm not sure about that consistency, but we'll try and see what it's like over the course of the run. Right, I'm going to crack on, and I will see you in a bit. Just about to take our first gel. That's this one. So it's the gel 100. So let's see how this one goes. So it's flavourless, pretty sweet, but like consistency is just like having a jelly, basically, as in having Roundtree's jelly or whatever. But oh, that's sweet. Yeah, feels like eating a pound of sugar. We'll see how that is, but we've got that one down. And I have got some drink, which I'm gonna have a sip of. But of course that's jelly as well, so maybe not a good idea to have the drink mix in both of my bottles. We'll see how that goes. Might feel a bit sick towards the end, but I don't know, we'll see. They're very sweet gels though. Yeah, maybe should be used sparingly, I don't know. Interesting to see what the bar's going to be like, because I'll have that next. Right, let's crack on and I'll see you in a bit. Right, time for the next bit of fuel. So we're going for the solid 225 bar now. See if I can get that open. Okay, so that's what that looks like. It's like looks like a very sticky cereal bar. That's how we go with this. It is a very sticky cereal bar. It's a strange consistency. It's like I got a cereal bar and just dipped it in honey. Not bad, it's going to take some chewing though. Right, I'm going to get on with this and I will see you in a bit. Right, so we are on to the next Maurten gel. So we've had one gel, we've had a bar, we're working our way through the fluids, and now we're on the second gel. Let's see how this one goes. Right, that's that one in. I must say they are sweet. they're probably a bit too sweet for me, really. I also can't get used to the consistency of the hydrogel. Yeah, I'm not sure about the hydrogels. They're not giving me any stomach issues though, that's for sure. Haven't had any strange feelings yet. I know that, you know, I'm not running ultra distance today, so maybe over the course of a longer mileage they might. I must say though, I don't think I could take those gels, hydrogels, for a long period of time. I think they're too sweet for me. Not bad in flavour, the natural flavour's okay, but yeah, I don't know, the consistency doesn't sit well with me. Yeah, a bit strange. Right, we'll crack on, and as that's the last of the Maurten products, I've got a flapjack in my bag, so I'll take that for my next snack break, and yeah, continue on with the run. Right, so we just had the flapjack, so that's the last bit of fuel. Working our way back home now. So when we get there, we've got about 2 miles to go. When we get there, we'll break down the Maurten products in more details and see and conclude, should I say, how they worked or didn't work for me. But let's get into that when we get back to the flat. We'll see you there. Right, we are back. So I have to say that was successful, but also a bit strange for me. So no doubt about it, and we'll go through the figures in a minute, that the Maurten products are definitely premium products. They have definitely been designed for the best in terms of elite athletes. You can see that. You only need to see who's using them when you go onto their website. Killian, Kipchoge, all of those elite athletes, whether they be marathon runners, trail runners, cyclists, triathletes, yeah, so many people different that are using that product, and you can see why in a minute when we look at the stats. As for how I got on with them, well, I struggled with the consistency of the product, not the product itself. So I didn't have any stomach issues at all going round, and when we look at the stats, you'll see that in a moment, that you'll see why that's quite an impressive thing. But yeah, so I had no issues at all stomach wise. I think the problem for me was just taking the product in. So I took the first gel, the gel 100, and it's a hydrogel. So hydrogels, I'm not used to using hydrogels. I have used them before, so I believe SIS, Science in Sports brand, also do hydrogels. And it's just it's a sports jelly, isn't it? It's a mixture of the water and the gel together, made for you in equal measures, I guess, or the accurate measures, so that you're getting enough water with the gel, but you're also getting the benefit of the gel. I know it's not as simple as that, but it's kind of what it is. So when you're taking it down, the idea is that you don't really need to sip water with it. You can just take the gel or take the jelly and carry on. So when you're swallowing that, it does just feel like you're, you know, when you make a jelly from the jelly blocks, like your strawberry jelly and stuff, it feels like it's one of those watered down, so it's not solid jelly, which sounds nice, right, when you're drinking, because everyone likes jelly, right? But it takes some getting used to. The flavours are not offensive at all because they're natural, so it's just a sweet consistency that you're tasting. So yeah, it's a difficult one to explain really, but you need to get past that jelly feeling. If you can get past that, then these are very good products, undoubtedly good products. The the 225 solid bar is it's an open cereal bar, so made from rice and oats, and it's okay as well. In terms of flavour, again, it's natural. It feels like to me like a cereal bar has just been dipped in a lot of sugar. When you eat it, it's so sweet, super sweet. Eating the whole bar was hard work, but I mean, you get bags of energy from it. All of these products that we tested from Maurten give you loads of energy. I can't say they don't, because they do. You feel it. You almost want a permanent sugar high almost. So yeah, the bar was a bit of a chore to chew, and super sweet, and you know, it's just like you get that feeling where you're overdoing it on like candy floss or something, where it's just like so much sugar in it. So that's kind of how it feels when you're eating them. But yeah, so we had the bar again, and then we had the second gel. And during that time, and I think this was probably a bit of a mistake actually, I had one bottle with the drink mix, one soft flask with the drink mix 160, and another soft flask with the drink mix 320. The only reason I did that is because I just want to test the intensity of each of the different products. So one thing I will say to start with though, when you put those powders into your soft flask and fill it with water, you do have to shake it for quite some time. It doesn't mix straight away. It took a while for me to mix those up, particularly the 320, because there's so much of it. Yeah, it takes a while to mix up, so something to bear in mind. And it looks like you're getting a residue at the bottom of your bottle. It's not, it's the jelly stuff, but it's a bit weird. I can only liken it to frog spawn in water when you look at it. The consistency, but it's obviously clear, but you can see the bits of gel inside it, so it's a bit weird looking. So maybe don't study it for too long, might put you off. But yeah, it took a while to shake up, but I was obviously sipping those on the way round, and we'll go to how much of those got through at on the course of the run. And there again, it's like having a bottle filled with jelly basically, because the 160 mix and the 320 mix are all it's just like a massive gel in a bottle for me. Obviously, yeah, that's what it's designed to do, to give you the perfect amount of hydration plus carbohydrates and salts. So and all these products also give you sodium as well, by the way, so they're balanced products, so you don't have to take electrolyte separately. It's all in the products themselves. So I guess that's, and again, another good thing about the product, no separate electrolytes required. So but I would say that if I was out on a race or run and I was using this product again, I'd have one bottle with something else in, and then another bottle with the Maurten product in as well. So yeah, that's the products in a nutshell. As I said in the video, when it got to the last part of the run, I did have to, I only had 2 gels and 1 solid bar to try from Maurten, so I had to substitute with a flapjack at the end of the training run. And the reason I used the flapjack is because I know that my stomach's fine with it, and I didn't want to mess up the test to make sure, you know, my stomach had any issues and things like that. So yeah, no stomach issues, so no GI problems at all. Bags of sugar and energy from those products. So definitely was not going to run out of energy. The run itself was 2 hours 45 minutes. I didn't go as far as I wanted to go actually, because I ran out of time. I did 15 miles, just marginally under, but say 15 miles just for the sake of this, because it makes it easier. So yeah, that was that. So let's get into the stats, and this is where it gets impressive. So, or relatively impressive. So for the first hour, I had the 1 gel and I had the 225 solid bar. That gave me 69 grams of carbohydrates, which is great, because that's exactly what I was trying to do, getting as close to that 90 gram mark as possible. The second hour, slightly less, because I had the one gel, and then I had the flapjack. So together they gave me 47.6 grams of carbohydrate. Still not bad though. It's not, maybe not as much as I'd want, but not bad. If I'd have had 2 gels there, that'd have been 50 grams of carbohydrates, because the gels got 25 grams of carbs each. But I didn't have another gel with me. And then, so that was what I had in, I guess, gel and food wise. Obviously, I said the run lasted 2 hours 45 minutes. The last 45 minutes I didn't eat, but I didn't need to. I was so high in sugar from those Maurten products. I really didn't need anything else. And then the drink mixes. So I struggled with the drink mixes because there was just too much of it. I think the 320 was too intense for me. Maybe it wouldn't have been if I had the 320 and maybe some water in the flask or something like that, and I was just balancing it out. But because the 2 Maurten 160 and 320 were my sole form of getting liquid, I struggled a little bit with the 320. But I did drink pretty much all of the 160 500ml flask and about a quarter of the 320. So the 500ml flask that I did finish off, the 160 drink, gave me 40 grams of carbohydrates across those 2 hours 45 minutes, and I drank 175ml of the 320 drink mix, so that gave me 20 grams of carbs. So if you add that to the other carbohydrates that we got from the other products, that gave me a total carb intake for the 2 hours 45 minutes of 176.6 grams, which is a lot of carbs for that period. I could probably go more, but it's not bad. If I matched that up to last week's Supernatural Fuel, where we did a 4-hour run, across that 4 hours we got 148.6 grams of carbohydrates. So that's where you see the figures stack up. So another hour worth of having those Maurten products would have probably got me, well, they'd have got me close to 250, 300 grams of carbohydrates, maybe, depending on which ones I was having. So it's pretty impressive when you look at it that way. Another impressive stat, and I can put all these on the screen actually for you now, so you can see each week what the stats look like. Another impressive thing was the salt intake, so the sodium. So last week with the Supernatural Fuel, obviously I was balancing that with Tailwind because Supernatural Fuel don't do drinks. I got across the 4-hour run 235 milligrams of sodium, which is not a lot. And with these products this week, across 2 hours 45 minutes, I got 1,260 milligrams of sodium. So yeah, I mean a massive jump in the amount of salt that was taken on board, which is good, really good. And the good thing was yesterday it was quite warm. On the run it was quite warm. I was sweating a lot, so it's probably a good job that this did have a lot more sodium in it. No caffeine with the Maurten products, so yeah, I didn't need any. I had a coffee before I left the house. Didn't need any more caffeine anyway. They do good caffeinated gels, so didn't need to. But I didn't need to worry about it. So obviously, if I was going into a really long ultra, I would have a caffeinated gel with me, just to help a little bit. But yeah, otherwise, I'd say it was pretty successful, albeit I did struggle with the consistency of the products now. If I was going to use the Maurten products again, I would use them in conjunction with real food and things. I wouldn't be taking all of that stuff all in one go, like I did on the run. But that was the whole point of doing that, is just to see what stomach issues I get, if any. And I didn't get any. Considering I consumed all of that within that 2 hours 45 minutes, I didn't get any at all, which is a bonus. So yeah, good news. I just need to get over the fact that taking jelly products it's obviously going to be better for me, but I need to get the fact that I need to actually kind of stomach them, because yeah, it was a bit weird, to be honest, for me. But that's probably just because I'm not used to it. As I said, I don't Science in Sport do them, but I don't get on well with Science in Sports products. They do give me GI issues, so I don't take them. and also their gels are really big, so it's quite a lot to sup in. So at least with the with the Maurten gels, they're not that big. They're the same size as a standard gel. I think some of the gels on the other gels on the market which aren't using sports jelly or hydrogel, as they want to call it, they like to call it, you do get more grams per gel, so you get up about 30 or more grams per gel. But yeah, obviously they're pure fructose and what have you. They're not hydrogel. So for the product itself, a 40 gram gel product, you get decent amount of carbohydrates, I think. So yeah, very successful, I think. I'm looking forward to trying out the rest of the products that we've got. So next week we have the UTS 50k. Now I'm undecided whether I risk going for the precision fuel products for testing next week, or whether I go with the Torque products that I've got, which is Torque in my standard hydration and nutritional product that I normally have. So it's probably a safer bet to do that. So I may try the Torque products next week and then leave the precision fuel and hydration to the following week when we're training again. So yeah, we'll see. I will let you know obviously when we do the video before the UTS. So so yes, that's the second part of the or episode 2 of the nutrition testing done. Look out for the third part of third episode in the series, which will be on the channel the following week after UTS. But yeah, it's interesting. I think I'm getting quite a lot out of this, which is great, and hopefully you are too. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done already. It's really much appreciated, and I will see you very soon. Train hard, race hard, have fun. Till next time, see you soon.
All I want